Hello, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI! Today, I wanted to meet up with a particular monster around Thamasa here. It's the bear there in the back row. That is never in the air. And it's a monster called Prussian there. It's a very good rage for Gaw. As you can see, we are in the wasteland type terrain here. That's where you can meet up with one battle formation. You can also meet up with another battle formation, either in the forest or the plains type area. So I want to take care of that, and then when I'm done, I think I should rest up at the end of Thamasa. They got a pretty cheap inn over there. Okay, we're not at Thamasa. We're actually at Nikea. For some reason, I couldn't get this to work at Thamasa. Maybe that's just a coincidence. But anyway, we're at Nikea here. And whenever you have Shadow in your party, and you rest up at an inn, you have a random chance of getting one of his 4 dream sequences. We already saw the 5th one, so, well, I'm doing this a little out of order, but, whatever. But anyway, just rest up at an inn. You might randomly get to see a little background on Shadow. Ah, there we go. Finally. What's going on? Who's that guy? Looks like that guy in the other dream sequences. Okay. Who's that guy? That's creepy. Who's Relm and Clyde? Is that supposed to be a reference to Bonnie and Clyde? I'll be honest, I have no idea who Bonnie and Clyde are, viewers. I just heard those two names put together somewhere. If I had music like that going on when I was having dreams, I'd be wearing a mask like Shadow too. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit out all my failures to get the next dream. I'm just going to edit those failures out and then just proceed on to the next dream sequence that Shadow gets. Oh wow, 2 in a row. Hey, this looks like the Phantom Forest. Yahoo! $1,000,000 gold. Wow. The Sticky Bandits. No. Shadow. I wonder which one of those guys is Shadow. Train robbers of the century, huh? No wonder they became a ghost train. Went broke. So Shadow used to be a thief, huh? Well, I suppose thief upgrades to ninja in most Final Fantasy games where they do that. Alright, let's get some more information on Shadow. Holy crap, 3 in a row. Wow, this is my lucky day. Well, it's not Barham's lucky day, apparently. Oh, and they're on the Veldt. That would kind of make sense how Shadow knew that area earlier in the game. I like how they give a little more background information on characters like this. Use your knife? On what? I like how they kind of censor this a little bit. It's enough where if you're an adult, you'll know that he wants you to kill him, so that way he, well, can't get caught. But, you know, if you're a kid, you'll be like, it just kind of, like, went over my head. I had no idea what was going on. Uh-oh. Well, I'm guessing Barham is not Shadow, then. Of course, Barham was the one who did get beat up. No, it's Clyde. Clyde is Shadow. That's his real name. Well, one more dream to go. So whatever happened to Clyde, then? Oh, he made it over to, what's this place? Thamasa! At least it kind of looks like Thamasa. Do I? Oh, the dog. Well, that must be a loyal dog you got there. Oh, so he'd been there before and he met a woman there. And then, as you saw in the 5th dream sequence, he apparently had a child and left her there. And from what he said, because of his lifestyle, he didn't want her to get involved, I guess. But anyway, now in this translation, it's pretty vague. They never really directly say, but Shadow is Relm's father. So, and he left her there, but obviously no one knows who Shadow is. I mean, this is all in a dream sequence, obviously, so no one ever really figures it out, but that's the gist of it. So, okay, well, that's everything I wanted to show you here. So, let's see, I want to get some new rages for Gaw on the Veldt. I mean, I'll off-screen that, but then maybe I'll go over and demonstrate some, or maybe I'll just do it later, depending on how much time I got left. And then I want to do some final shopping, and then we'll head on to the next big dungeon. Okay, we're at the Veldt here. I just finished getting some new rages for Gaw, so let's try them out. Now, what I tried to do, because this is, well, the World of Ruin, there's a lot of potential monsters that you can meet up with here that there's just so many, it becomes much harder to try and get new rages in the World of Ruin. So what I tried to do was try to minimize it to only the absolute best rages, in my opinion. There's probably some that I'm skipping that are probably better for certain situations than others, but overall I think these are the best rages. So let's give it a try then. Let's see what we got here. We got Osteosaur. I really like that one. I cannot believe none of the walkthroughs that I looked at, or guides, or anything, none of them mentioned this one. It's a free Exone spell. How can you not like that? I don't know why none of the walkthroughs like it. I mean, the only drawback is that you're a zombie, so you're weak to fire. So, I don't get it. Now, Tyranosaur, that's one of the best rages in the game, if not the best. It has a really nice special attack. Let's see if I can get it. No, not quite yet. There we go. Meteor! Not to be confused with Meteor. It's probably the strongest multi-targeting attack that guaranteed will hit all enemies. The only thing is that, or it'll always target all enemies, but the only problem with it is that it has like not a low hit percentage, but a relatively low hit percentage. It misses enemies sometimes. And here's another new rage that I got, Prussian. The nice thing about, both Tyranosaur and Prussian is that they both ignore defense, and they're non-elemental, which is one reason why I really like both of them. Tyranosaur, here's Landslide, that's Prussian's special there. Yeah, look at that. That's some pretty good damage for God there. Let's see what else I got here. Tyranosaur, I was saying, is immune to instant death, so that can be pretty nice. Now, Black Dragon I got because it has a guaranteed multi-targeting ice elemental attack. Storm. There's another enemy later in the game, Wooly, who has Ice 3, which is a little stronger on one enemy, but it may or may not target all enemies. So I kind of like Storm, plus I can get it relatively early, so I like that. And let's see, there was one more. SrBehemoth. There's another enemy, what is it? Brontosaur, I think it is, or whatever it is, that also has Fire 3 and instant death protection. But SrBehemoth is a whole lot easier to meet up with on the Veldt. So that's one reason why I went with that one. There's some other good ones that, like Toe Cutter has, I think it's called Scrapper, a non-elemental attack that's pretty good. Arrow is pretty good. There's an enemy called I-O. That's how you spell it, I-O. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It has, Flare Star, which is good against a lot of bosses. So that's pretty good. But, I mean, they're just later in the game and even harder to meet up with on the Veldt. So those are the 5 that I think that are really necessary to go for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to do my final preparations here. Some betting at the Colosseum there. I want to bet 2 Behemoth Suits to get 2 Snow Mufflers. I want to get 2 Circlets at Jidoor, 30 Fire Skeans at Maranda, 20 Bolt Edges, that obviously those are for Shadow, 3 Earrings at Albrook, and I'll list these in the video description so you don't have to remember that. And then I'll meet you at Zen, where I'll go over my final party setups for the next dungeon. Okay, we're at Zen, and here's my party setup for party number 1, because the next dungeon we're going to will be a split party dungeon. We're going to have 2 parties, 4 members each. Now, the reason I've got my equipment set up this way for this party is because I don't want to have to constantly swap equipment between the two parties, like particularly the headgear. Circlets make a pretty good filler headgear because it has +4 magic power, so I like that. And then let's take a look at the second party. And here's the remaining cast. So let's take a look at what we got here. Basically, the rule that you need to know for the next dungeon, make sure that you have fire protection, whether that's red jackets, snow mufflers, Minerva, flame shield, ice shield, something to give you complete fire protection. If you have any questions about my setup, feel free to let me know before I go there next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. This is HC Bailey signing off. Have a good day.